All right, everyone, welcome to Bush League Geek, where we talk about topics we care about and say what we think. We don't apologize, and we hope everyone appreciates it and likes it. All right, so let's talk about, let's see, what is it? Judgment Before Chance on TV shows?
So, all right, we were talking about bad movies, and especially movies that we thought.
Well, that's not tied.
Well,
We're not going to tie this into this. Is going to be a whole nother show.
You can edit this whole
okay,
part
that's
out.
fine. That's fine.
So we're talking about movies and how you go in sometimes with an expectation of one thing, and you come out with disappointment of another.
Oh, look, it's like online dating.
All right, online dating's for another topic, guys.
Randall just jumped on a segue.
I know, right? Trust me, we got enough to say about that. But let's go ahead with.
Yeah, that's a good. Basically, it's like movie catfishing.
It is. It's just like movie catfishing. The cover looks good, but the inside looks like shit.
I feel like when it comes to TV shows, even though you have people who try to tell someone like, "Oh man, it's a good show. You just got to get to this point," they watch this first or second episode and they're like, and they give up on it instead of actually trying to pay attention to it.
Well, and that kind of makes me feel about wine. It makes me think about wine when people say, "Yeah, it's an acquired taste." I'm like, "Oh, so you mean it tastes like shit?"
Like beer. I hated beer.
Well, it's true. It's like
it.
I used to hate Heineken so much, but now it's like, oh, it's not so bad. You know, it's like you drink enough of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like Breaking Bad. I watched the first time I tried watching it. The very first episode, I was like, I don't understand it. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, all right, just pay attention to it. And then I was like, oh, it's actually ain't that bad. It's just crazy.
So you watched all of it?
Oh yeah, I watched.
Okay, sweet. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. That show's amazing. Weeds ain't got nothing. Weeds ain't got nothing on Breaking
Weeds
Bad.
completely lost me about midway through.
Weeds got like just ridiculous.
When she started dating a DEA agent, I was like, come on. And then it just got worse from there.
Well, you know, like, okay, for instance, you know, hanging out with you guys are Game of Thrones and all that other stuff, and are like Sons of Anarchy. You know, I tried it because I'm interested. Like I said, I'm one of those intriguing people. I have to know why people like what they like and stuff like that. Because I might like it. Sons of Anarchy, Game of Thrones, and I know whoever's listening is probably gonna want to call for my head, but I don't get it. I never liked the shows. I've tried to get through season 1, season 2, episode 5, whatever.
I will say this about Game of Thrones.
It's just the type of person you are, man.
Game of Thrones. If you don't get the TV show, don't read the books. Because the books are way more confusing because there's so many characters you have to keep up in the books. You're like, wait, who? You're like, what? Who did this?
Those books that's the great thing. That's why I'm happy that HBO is the one who did Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Because HBO's always done a good job with all their shows of creating drama for every single person in the show and making you want to know more about it.
Well, it's like, okay, put it this way. Would you rather try a show and not like it, form your own opinion or whatever, or have someone kind of guide you through that show and say, get to episode 4?
I'm a grown ass man. I will make my own decision.
Thank you. I'm like that.
Yes and no.
Hold on. You misunderstood what I'm saying. I'm not saying tell you to do something. I'm just saying, like Cody.
I understand.
You know, I'm Cody. If you get to episode 4 of Mad Men, you don't like it, don't bother with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I told you about Death Note. I was like, watch like 9 episodes of it.
Well, and like Matt with Doctor Who, he has interest, but not
not by that face. It just
I've said specifically, you will never walk into my house and see me watching Doctor Who.
It is one of those things, like, because the first season is really cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. It's cheesy as hell.
You talking about the 9th Doctor first season?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I've seen that entire first season.
The more you watch it and get into the story, though, it does get like way better.
No,
but
I get it.
It is difficult.
I get it. I get the appeal.
Yeah.
I understand it. But there are so many people that are fanatic about it that it's kind of like the movie American Sniper. So many people are so big into talking about it that I don't care to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I liked American Sniper. Yeah, I watched it a couple weeks. It's good, but I understand where you're coming from on the whole hype of it. It's like, it was a good movie, but it's like, let's not talk about it like it's the greatest thing ever made.
And that's kind of why it took me 3 seasons to even start. on Breaking Bad because so many people were all about it.
That's what ruined Walking Dead for me. I have not cared at all for the new season. I watched the first 2 episodes of the new season and I was like,
see, I haven't even
I'm
watched
done
the
with
first.
it.
I haven't even watched this last
Now,
season
see,
because
I'm a fanatic. So.
Yeah,
well,
I'm
I know
close.
I was a huge fanatic. You know,
I watched
every
it.
yeah, dude, I was
every
all
Sunday.
about it.
Hey, I'm watching Walking Dead until the last season,
Until last
and
season
then-
finale when everyone ruined it for me.
and
I
then
was at
this
work.
season, oh yeah,
Oh wait, they didn't ruin it for me. AMC ruined it for me by posting the fact that Beth died as I'm at work.
They-
Spoiler.
okay.
for everybody
Like,
that's-
yeah. So
Dude,
if you haven't seen it by now,
Not
We
even
haven't
a
seen it
whole
at this
minute
point.
went by and it was like, rest in peace, Beth.
That
I
okay?
was like,
What?
That's like a new age. That's first world new age problem.
Yep, first world problem.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those things that we're so connected that we can't even enjoy a show that just aired.
Yeah.
But we also have the ability to watch it tomorrow. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like, how many people Game of Thrones comes on? You're not at home to watch it, whatever. How many of y'all stay off Facebook just for that specific purpose?
Dude, we
just,
do-
just
we
to
do
make
it.
sure.
me.
us
I've read the
four
books,
right
so-
here do it all the time with
We're
Arrow
about
and
caught
Flash. We're like, yo,
Yeah.
did you guys watch Arrow and Flash? Don't you dare say a word.
Yep,
I swear,
yep.
ruin
We
this
have
for me.
we have a chat just for Arrow and Flash, and somebody as soon as it airs will go, "Oh shit!" Like, shut up.
Yeah, no, I watched the Flash finale. I was like, man,
then, like,
if
3
you
days-
guys haven't seen it, I was like, stay away from Facebook. And then Chris goes, too late.
And then like 3 days later, all you see is Elena sitting there doing emotion cons and like stickers going, "Oh my god!" I'm like, yeah, I know. That's it.
All right, so at what point do you give up on a show?
I gave up,
I just
I
said
gave
whenever
up
you
on
lose interest.
Lost whenever they started doing the whole time travel.
Oh, which speaking
Yep.
of Lost, real quick. Okay,
Yes, that
For-
was.
for Law, who has seen The Wedding Ringer?
I have.
Did you see the little ending?
I don't
Does
know.
anybody
go?
mind a spoiler
I
alert?
don't care.
I've got
I
it.
haven't watched it yet.
I've got it.
I haven't
It
watched
like
it
just
either.
came out.
All
Wait
right,
on
is
that. Wait on that one.
Well, it's
Wedding
you know
Ringer.
it's got the big dude from Lost in it.
Right.
There's a Lost reference.
I did see. I recognize the reference, but I never watched.
But
Lost.
yeah, but that's when I gave up on Lost. Whenever they started
This
like,
ain't the
oh
big
my head
dude.
hurts, and they like transported it
Yeah,
over
it
here,
was
like
from Lost.
what?
No,
It's
it
like this is
doesn't.
just stupid.
Yeah, it does.
This is stupid.
That's
now.
not the same dude.
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I've
Go
got
ahead.
the movie.
Hold on, hold on.
here.
Everybody,
No,
listen.
you're thinking of the main character in the movie. That's not the same guy.
No.
Oh,
It
okay.
literally
I was
has the
confused.
guy from Lost, the bigger
Okay.
dude.
Come on, I was
Hurley.
about to make some money off of Chris, man.
Right. I knew what he was thinking. He was thinking the main character.
Yeah,
It has
Josh
not Hurley.
Gad, yeah.
It actually has Hurley
Hardly,
in
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, so you're like that show went on for so long after it got so stupid, and then did y'all watch Fringe?
No.
Actually,
Yes.
yes.
I lost interest in Friends.
I did too
I
when they
love
came
that
out
one
the
from
last
start to
season.
beginning.
But I'm
Love
mad.
it. Start
I
to
was
the
all
end.
about it,
Yeah.
but the last season I started it, and
I'm
it
mad
was
that
just
you-
like I was like, what the hell are they like?
Must be
What,
different
like I
worlds.
felt like I had missed like
That's
a
what
whole
they did.
season from
That's
watching it.
that's how I felt about.
Yeah, and I was like,
Because
But
when
the show is-
when they ended the second to last season, they apparently found out that it was going to get canceled, and then that's when they were like, "Oh, we have to end this now." And it's like, well, "What happened to Leonard
Yeah.
Nimoy?"
yeah.
You know, there's another show like that Revenge. I didn't watch it. Someone told me.
Oh my god.
I
You
don't.
watch Pretty Little Liars. too.
Revenge.
Hey, don't
Hey.
judge me, okay?
Hey, don't knock Revenge. Revenge
no.
is honestly like one of the best.
But
shows.
apparently, Revenge. They found out they were getting canceled,
Yeah.
so then they just went left field and started just messing up everything.
no, it
That's how
actually
Chuck
worked
went.
out.
Oh, did it work out?
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Here's
it
what
worked
kills
out.
me about
It's
Revenge,
complete.
though. So I don't watch it. I've only seen like maybe 2 episodes of it. The problem with Revenge is it's set up literally as a revenge thing.
So it can't go that long.
How long can you go with that?
That's exactly how I felt when I
I
started
mean, hey,
watching it.
hell has no fury like a woman scorn.
I was like,
man.
there-
I get
yeah,
that, but
I
then
was
it got
like,
into
you
like
can't just
espionage and spy
Yeah, I'm like,
shit.
you
I'm just
can't
like,
get more than like 3 seasons out
it's
of
like,
the
are we
show.
gonna get Tom Cruise in here? Is it going Mission Impossible? It's
It's actually, it's really underrated though.
When someone said you said something about canceling shows, that's how Chuck was. Like Chuck is my favorite show of all time.
Never got
I will
it.
always love
Never
it.
even heard.
You
of
have to think.
You never heard of Chuck?
I worked at Geek Squad. I had to.
he was-
You
Oh,
got
wow.
Chuck is awesome.
It's
man.
He was like a Geek Squad dude that
It was
just so happened to
awesome.
get, like stumble
It was a
into
nerd.
espionage.
It was a nerd herd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he pretty much gains all the government from NSA and CIA secrets in his brain,
Yeah.
and he's the only one that holds it.
What channel had this?
It was NBC. It was for 5 seasons, but every single season it got the chance to be canceled. So they never actually had a really good. I mean, every season ending was really good, to the point where every single time it almost got canceled, you didn't want it to happen, and then the actual series finale was just.
You know what pissed me off that got canceled? Alphas.
Yes.
Oh my God! Okay, so check this out. Big Bang Theory, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon finds out that Alphas got canceled?
Yeah.
That's when I found out Alphas got canceled from watching him, and I had the same exact reaction. I was like, "What?"
Okay.
Off topic for just a second with Big Bang Theory. Did anybody see in the news that they're actually making a Big Bang Theory scholarship program?
Really?
Yeah, actually, I did. They raised like $4 million. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's going to continue in forever. $4 million
That's
from
awesome.
a TV show.
Speaking of shows getting canceled, though, Dead Like Me only lasted 1 season. That was a good show.
All right, back to Office.
Right. Okay. we were talking about shows that you have to tell someone to watch and to give a chance for so long. Alphas didn't pick up until like the 5th or 6th episode, because the first couple episodes you're like, this is okay, I get the concept. It's but then by the end of the first season you're like, I need more.
Okay, well, so say Better Call Saul, right?
It's on. It was on Netflix.
So Better Call Saul,
right?
The spinoff from Breaking Bad,
Right.
Could I watch that without watching Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually a prequel.
Oh, so it has. So I could enjoy that without. Is there any Breaking Bad references?
Yes.
Yeah, it starts
Oh, yeah.
off. It starts off with him after the events of Breaking Bad, and then the first season is kind of like a flashback of everything that happened before.
Mike's back.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
my
and it's
favorites.
awesome because you do get to see a lot of the characters that were in Breaking Bad.
All right, well, I'm gonna bring up one then. I know this is probably gonna start a big uproar. Firefly.
Oh God!
I feel like that's been beat to a hole in the ground.
It has.
It has, and the reason it did not
I've
do
never
well
seen
is
Firefly.
they refused.
Never.
They refused
It's
to
on
show it in
Netflix.
order,
Right. It had a horrible time slot,
and they refused to
Watch that
show it in
and
order.
which is funny. It's funny that it had a horrible time slot because now those time slots that it failed in are some of the better time slots. But he's right. They never showed it in order.
If they had showed it in order,
You think it would have been?
That was Fox's
we'd have got
big
4 or
thing.
5 seasons out of it.
Right.
But they refused to show in order. It's like they wanted it to fail.
Personally, I can't understand why Joss Whedon hadn't been given more to do. He's been handed the Avengers, and he's basically said, this last Avengers is the movie that almost killed me. That's why I'm done. I'm done doing this.
Why hasn't he made another?
But why hasn't he done another show?
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan.
Me
I
too.
like everything that he's ever done.
Did you see, what was that movie that he didn't direct, but it was his creative property, where it was...
Was it Much Ado About Nothing?
No, I didn't care for that one, actually.
I hadn't seen it.
It was the movie where the two people could see each other's...
Like the Lake House or some stupid shit.
Never mind, cut that out.
Was it? It was a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Dexter.
Research.
I followed Dexter all the way from episode 1
Can't
to the
get
very
into it.
end.
I couldn't get
And the
into it.
very
See,
last
well,
episode.
Let me tell
didn't
you
have
about
to.
Dexter.
I even watched
love
the first
This
season.
is how much I love Dexter.
Listen,
Oh, you got the...
I loved Dexter, man, but let me tell you, the last
I just can't
15
get into
minutes of that
Oh.
killed like the whole series.
Well, see,
Just the last 15 minutes.
The very last episode
Coasters.
is what
You're about
lost
the
me.
biggest geek of all of us. I'll tell you what, man.
They're coasters that look like
For
his
those,
slides.
for those that don't know, Matt just pulled out a wooden box with Dexter coasters with blood. Oh, it looks like a
Blood
It-
slide.
they
blood
look like his
slide.
Yeah,
blood
if
slides.
you're
Blood
if you're a
slides?
fan of Dexter, you know the blood slide box.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
these are actually... from
So
the movie that
whoever's
come out.
listening,
Trust
be
us.
jealous.
If I had a vent on the wall, they would be inside of that vent on the wall.
The way they ended Dexter just ruined it for me.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it ruined it, man.
I
like
only
it
watched
was
like the 30 minutes of the first
They
episode.
seriously
I
could have
didn't really have
stopped
to
that
talk
at season
about
5.
In Your Eyes. Is that it?
Yes, thank you. In
I've
Your
never
Eyes.
seen it.
It was it seemed, did Joss Whedon write that one and then hand that off to
Hold on.
somebody?
The thing with most American TV shows, if they go past season 5, they start to get silly. Most.
Right.
Most. Not all, but most.
Breaking Bad did the best thing in the world by ending it at season 5. They literally were at the top of the world, and they could have signed up for 5 more seasons.
And not only did they end it,
it was perfect.
But both season 4 and season 5 were technically 2 separate seasons.
Right.
Well, see, that's what I like too, because
top of the world at the time. Stop.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Because you had the first half of season 5 of Breaking Bad, and then it was like a whole year went by until the second half of season 5.
Okay, so what series? What's the best way to put this? What series has been the longest running series that, other than like, let's cut out the Seinfelds and stupid shit like that?
Lost
The
went on
Simpsons.
forever.
No, that's what I'm saying. Cut out the Simpsons. Cut out Seinfeld.
Cut out Doctor Who.
I dare someone to tell me they've seen every Simpsons episode as it airs.
Oh, as it airs? No, I can't say that.
Oh,
Right.
you lost that quick.
I've
Right.
seen every single episode. When FXX got it, I watched all of them in order.
Oh, I think I had 1 through 13 on DVD.
I
at some
probably
point.
watched like the first 10 years
It's
religiously.
I probably know
What's your
somebody who
question?
knows
Finish your
stuff like
question.
that,
Because
But no, I haven't seen them all as they air.
What's the for us or for you guys the longest running, say something that made it past the 5-year mark that was the most successful?
Supernatural.
Yes.
Supernatural.
I have watched that from start to now. It's gotten super silly, but it's still. I've invested
I still
so
love
much
it,
time
but the
into
thing
it.
about Supernatural is when they started, they only originally planned to do 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So the first 5 seasons
were awesome.
amazing.
Yes.
Like, it's all planned out perfect. Like, they were in the writing room and they wrote 5 years into the future. Like, stuff that happens in like season 1, it references stuff
they
that
still
happens like in
reference
season
that stuff,
5.
yes.
The only
but
show
it's
like
gone
that
on
for
10
me
seasons
just
now.
recently
Yes.
hit the biggest bump in the road it ever could. And it's not even a regular TV show like we're talking about. I've seen every single episode of Top Gear as it aired,
Man,
and I love it.
I think
And
that's
it
one of
was-
those things. I think that's one of those things that's been kind of beat to death too. I mean, like
I freaking
everybody
love,
wants it back. I don't know.
But it has to be
okay.
those 3.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Top Gear, but I love British Top Gear.
I know the American Top Gear didn't last. What,
American
like 2
Top Gear
seasons?
Still
has
going.
never caught
Is
my
it still
interest.
going?
But it's horrible.
It's not where it was. Some other channel must have picked it up because it's not what.
American Top Gear doesn't catch the people like they do, and that's why it's been such a big deal, because those 3 guys in particular are really what made that show. It wasn't the cars had a lot to do with it, but it wasn't the cars that drew people
was
to that
those
show.
3
It was
people.
those 3 guys. So the fact that one of them's gone and the other 2 won't work without him,
They're gone now too.
so the show's just gone. So that's disappointing.
All right, so let's switch and go with what's the TV series that got shut down, say 2 seasons in, 3 seasons in, that deserved it.
Revolution. I feel Revolution had a chance to keep going.
Firefly had a chance to keep going, but it only got 1 season. But
See, Revolution missed me with that one too. I tried.
I actually enjoyed it because it showed what the world would be like without
Without
all of this.
Well, and actually, the Clone Wars animated series ended at season 4, and it could have kept going.
It could.
But it got picked back up on Netflix.
For 4 seasons total, top.
Yeah, and that was it because
Netflix did the 4th season. That's all they did,
Oh, okay.
and then it stopped. They could have. Yes,
it could have went on.
Well, now they have the new series, don't they?
Rebels is not Clone Wars.
Just stop you right there.
Yeah.
That's not what.
It's not Clone Wars, but it is.
Original.
okay.
It's supposed
I'm a
to
fan
be.
of the
It's canon.
original.
I hear you.
Oh, I am too. But Clone Wars is actually, in my opinion, the animated series, and we're not going to go too far into Star Wars because we will derail.
These
Yes,
guys,
That would
these
be a
guys
whole.
have read
That
the
would be
book.
like a 2-hour special show.
Yes,
We might
we
do.
will.
Kevin and I can go forever.
As you can see, I'm about the digital content.
The Clone Wars series is probably the best thing to come out of those 3 movies, period. I mean, it's better than the movies, in my opinion. It really is a very good thing.
Because it covers a lot.
And it could have kept going.
All right. Well, all right. So.
Enough Star Wars, moving on.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep this whole going. I'm gonna ask another question.
Okay.
So we've got, what I think Amazon is Amazon coming out with their own original stuff now? Don't they have something coming out?
Amazon has tried to put a couple things out there. I think they won some awards on Transcendent. What was it?
Oh, where the father finally admits that he wants to be a woman.
Right.
I know which one you're talking
Okay.
about. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
Well,
Kim
let's
Kardashian
okay.
instead
I tell you
of-
what. Let's go for
Bruce Jenner.
let's go
Bruce
for a
Jenner.
fact.
Transparent.
Yeah,
My bad. Transparent.
All right, let's go. Okay, so let's go for a fact. So you got PlayStation that just put out Powers.
I have yet to see it.
Okay. But hold on, let's not.
Still haven't
That's
seen
not
all of it, but
okay.
so far so good.
Yeah.
okay. So you got PlayStation trying to get into the series market. You've got Netflix, of course.
Man.
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
All right, but
Amazing.
but then you've got cable TV. You got your AMC's, your FX's, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you've got your your AMC, or your ABC's, NBC's, whatever, and then you got your HBO's and Showtimes.
Oh,
Which one is leading? Who's doing a better job?
AMC and Netflix.
yeah,
I think those
those
are the
two. And also, since we were talking about Amazon, they tried to do a Zombieland TV series.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was really
That's
bad.
what.
Let's-
Because
They
they
Let's
tried
talk
to
about
recreate
why
the
it's
characters.
horrible.
See, hold on now. I haven't seen it.
Now,
So
if anyone's won, to answer your question, if anybody has won that, it's AMC. Because at one point, AMC was able to go to every single television provider and say, we want more money, and if you don't give it to us, too bad.
But okay, this is the way
And
I
they got it.
This is the way I'm kind of looking at it. You got Netflix, which is new in the deal.
Yeah.
But House of Cards. I think Chris, you're a big fan of House of Cards. The Daredevil
I am
series, we all love the Daredevil
Oh,
series.
dude! On the last episode, I literally jumped up and was like, "Yes!"
We've
All right,
got
just
we've got
whoever-
new Inspector Gadget. we've
whoever's-
got new all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
Whoever's listening right now, if you haven't seen Daredevil on Netflix, that is an absolute must.
Yes.
It will blow your mind.
I gotta tell you.
But we've got you got Orange is the New Black, all that stuff. So they're the more, and what's that, Bloodline or whatever?
Okay.
Chris is
Yeah.
going to say something.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
bouncing.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, I would have to agree with Matt on the whole AMC if it was about a year or two ago when they had Breaking Bad also. Because you have Breaking Bad, Mad Men, Walking Dead,
Yeah, but Mad
and
Men
Hell's on
just
Wheels.
finished.
And Hell's on Wheels.
Okay, but again,
But
back
they-
Some wheels
but
have
they-
really
But
good
right now,
reception,
if I had to
so-
pick my top two or whatever when it comes to programs, HBO and Netflix.
okay, see that's where I was
Because
getting
HBO,
to.
even though they get rid of shows, they have another show to replace it that's just as good.
Well, that's what.
Well,
Okay,
see, AMC's doing the
man.
same thing. They're coming out with a
I think HBO was
Walking Dead
better
prequel,
back in the
Fear
day.
the Walking Dead.
yeah.
well
So
now
that's gonna
okay.
be another thing they're gonna be doing.
Let's go by overall success, like HBO.
I'd say
Sopran-
Netflix then.
Like okay, well they're new to the series, but whatever. But
Well-
HBO, Sopranos ran for
Ever.
Carnival.
Carnival
was
Deadwood,
awesome.
Big
I actually
Love.
own that.
Big Love, Deadwood,
Deadwood.
Under
Yep.
something.
I can't say that right.
Not to mention Entourage, like
6
you
Feet
mentioned.
Yeah, 6 Feet Under.
Well, that's
Six-
Showtime.
Yeah, Entourage
True
that you
Blood.
mentioned.
Showtime
True
is-
Blood,
Sex in the City.
Sex and the
Yeah.
City, and now they've got like
Boardwalk Empire.
Like me and
Yeah.
Chris, have been
Generation
watching
Kill.
Silicon Valley.
I said
Silicon Valley.
I think
Game
Silicon
of
Valley
Thrones.
could run.
Oh,
for,
House of Lies.
Silicon Valley
House
is.
of Lies is one of my favorite
Yeah,
shows
House of Lies
ever.
is awesome.
But
If you call
it's
yourself a geek,
Showtime
you
show?
have to
Yeah,
watch
it's
Silicon
yeah.
Valley.
That's
I
a
feel like
Showtime
you
show.
have to. That's just
I'm
honest.
kind of
Now-
afraid to start Silicon Valley because I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed.
You'll laugh. It's funny.
There's a network that I feel is
It
underrated.
takes 2 episodes.
Showtime.
Showtime.
No, it's
See, well, you got
Shameless.
It's
Well,
Texas.
That's
Showtime-
to me the only one.
Shameless.
Yeah, I'm way behind on
Sounds like
Shameless.
a-
Californication, a lot of people
Yeah,
like it,
yeah.
but isn't it already over and it's on Netflix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showtime
Well, okay.
doesn't have to do well because it's owned by HBO. It doesn't matter.
See, well, but Showtime did. I don't know if they started, but they geared so much towards that their movie selection does just suck.
Well, you know,
But you've got the Big C, Weeds, Shameless. I think they've got a Californication.
Californication.
Didn't Dexter show up on Showtime?
Dead Like
Yeah.
Me was
Yeah.
on there.
I mean, Cinemax
Oh,
has
yeah.
tried to get into it with Banshee and there's another one, but
Who? What?
yeah,
I
see,
don't-
Right.
exactly.
I'm like Cinemax has shows.
Skinemax.
Yeah.
That's
Skin,
all-
it's
Skinemax.
Skinemax just gonna say
Skinemax.
Skinemax, and then you got
Skinemax.
Are they
Stars.
still showing Emmanuel?
Stars.
I think they are.
They probably are.
Emmanuel
Stars.
in space.
That needs to be a
Stars.
series.
Stars
Yeah.
had
Da
Spartacus.
Vinci's Demons or
Da
whatever.
Vinci's Demon.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and
Black
Showtime's
Sail,
coming out
Spartacus.
with Penny Dreadful or whatever, which looks kind of.
It looks pretty good. I've never
Looks
seen
kinda dark.
any of it.
I
I
tried
did-
to
okay,
sit down and
yeah, I did
watch
see the
Black
preview
Sail,
for
and I
that.
couldn't get into it.
But literally every single
was
Netflix
Stars.
show I
Yeah,
have
Dad
never
was
had a
watching it,
problem
and I
with.
couldn't get into
Now
it.
I
there's
could get
a
into
company
it
that
next
came out
time.
with some good shows that I hadn't seen anything recent was Stars. They had Spartacus.
They had that Kelsey Grammer show where he was.
Where he was like
was
the
that on
mayor.
Stars?
No, he was like a mayor.
Yeah, he was a mayor that he.
I think it's called Power. Was it Power?
No, I forget what it was called, but he was.
Party
Somebody
Down.
want to look that up?
Party Down. Party Down was.
It wasn't your normal Kelsey Grammer. It wasn't Frasier in that show.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, he was
a great
twisted.
show.
Yeah, it was
But
a good
I think
show.
right now they've got Black Pearl
Sail.
or Black
Sails.
Black Sails.
Listen, my dad watches Black Sail, and I tried to sit down and watch it with him. I couldn't get it. I just don't think I care
They
enough
still do
about it.
The only
No,
Star
Spartacus
show
is-
that
is down.
the only Star show I actually really cared about and watched every single week and could not wait for every week was Spartacus.
Okay, now did you like the Spartacus with the original guy or?
It's called Boss.
Okay, my whole opinion on that is like Andy Whitfield. It's a big shame he passed away because the way he was able to capture emotion and change instantly in a scene was phenomenal.
Because he died of cancer.
Now
right?
the guy who they got to replace him, he has his own Spartacus, and it takes you 2 episodes or 3 episodes to realize that he's actually really good at it. Granted, he's not Andy Whitfield.
But he's not. That's the thing.
But
you can't help but compare him.
But
Yeah,
he's
you can't
trying
help
to
it.
be.
because
No, he doesn't. He captures it and he goes his own way, and you still absolutely love it.
Well, that's how
you
they
still
should
think
do it,
you still think
Yeah.
he does a great job at being Spartacus.
That's the right way to do it. Just make
Fun
it your own
fact:
and go.
Netflix actually picked up Spartacus while they were actually airing it, and whenever it would air on Netflix. Too.
Yeah, well, see, and then they got rid, and
Right,
then
rid of it.
Stars and Netflix got had like a separation for a couple years,
Yeah.
and now Netflix has all the Star stuff pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fact.
if somebody in that aspect, say somebody decided to do The Crow, somebody tried to remake The Crow.
Actually,
If they did a
weren't they
series,
supposed to do a
Netflix should do it.
series? I
Yeah.
thought they were doing one, aren't they?
they were supposed to.
But I know they did a Crow 2, Crow 3, whatever.
Actually,
But if
there's
they-
another
There was
Crow
supposed to be
movie coming out.
there was
I
supposed to be
think.
a new movie coming out.
Yeah.
could you think somebody could live up to the Brandon Lee?
No. And the reason I say
I
that is
don't
because
think they
they've
should
made
try.
3 movies,
Yeah,
and the
with
second and third
one of them
are
was Edward
nowhere near as
Furlong,
good.
and he was terrible.
I know they
I
made
think that's,
sequels.
I think that's the problem. They tried to be that
Yeah,
character.
they need to make it their own thing.
And
I
whoever
don't
the
know
original
who it
bad
could be,
guy
though.
was, I forget his name, but he was in Robin Hood too. He's very good. He's very
Yeah, I
good.
know.
It's
you're
hard for
talking
me to
about.
even think of someone who can pull it off.
It'll have to be-
I
don't
just feel like they need to go a different direction with the character as far as stop making him this emo badass.
know. I know at one point they were talking about having Bradley Cooper play him. in the
Like
movie.
they did with Daredevil, they just rebooted and went on. That's just
Right.
until you get it.
I feel like if they do a Crow, they should make
You
it.
said doo-doo.
I wouldn't say
You
call
said
it.
doo-doo.
I wouldn't say.
No, we're not 12. Adult show, huh?
What is this one?
You said, dude.
All
right, yeah.
Good catch.
So, I feel like if they do remake The Crow, I
If
feel
they
like
do
instead of him being the emo guy or whatever, don't call him a vigilante, but I feel like he should have more of a vigilante feel about him,
Don't call him one, but still have the same feel.
like Sting.
Call him
Just
a
kidding.
criminal.
I love that part on the WWE where they called him called Sting
Don't
vigilante,
hit
and
me,
Stephen
could you
Amell just
watch
posts
that?
him. He's like, "Why do they call him that?"
You know they're supposed to be having some kind of exhibition match.
Yeah,
Stephen
between
Amell,
Stardust and.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Are we really talking about wrestling?
No, it was
No,
a
I'm
side
talking
note.
about Stephen Amell.
I think that's the one
Okay.
topic that
The longest running
Yeah.
TV show that has not been canceled
Good
yet.
Lord.
It's wrestling.
I think it's between wrestling and the porn industry is the most highest grossing. Like, what does that say about our country?
Yeah, but unless
we're like wrestling and
yeah, but
boobs.
I'm not going to say that 35% of my online interaction is wrestling.
Yeah, what was the thing? Did y'all see the picture? It was
Go as far as to say 50%.
it was
for me.
Well, I'm just saying statistically
it was some facts about
in the world, 35 was it 35% of all
it was like
online
facts
interaction?
about porn. Like they were this one university was going to study the guys that have never watched porn or whatever, and
couldn't
they couldn't
find
find anybody. Or 8 out of 10 men admit to committing porn, and the other 2 are just straight up lying to you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Side porn.
You get lost in it.
No, I was just trying to think of what I was trying to talk about earlier about Netflix. I've never had any issue with Netflix. Marco Polo
That
is an amazing
was
show.
good. I
Okay.
did watch that.
I will say
Still
that
not watching
Bloodline. Okay.
Bloodline, I
Now,
thought
hold
was a
on.
great show.
It was
talk about
okay.
And that's how I felt. It was okay.
No.
I only watched. Now I didn't finish the series
I
or
hadn't finished
the
it.
I
the
finished
season. I got to like I think like episode 6 maybe 5, and like it was okay, but it was like I was expecting more. It was like okay, it was like Mad Max. It was there, but there was something like yeah.
I feel like the first episode set it up to be epic.
Yes, the first
Thank
episode.
you.
Once I saw it, I was like,
I was trying to
have
live
finish
up.
watching
I was
it.
trying to live up to the hype.
And then
of it.
after hearing you guys talk about it and seeing a couple more episodes, I kind of went downhill. I was like,
Gosh, man,
I feel like I
I don't know.
watched
I
something
was
that.
excited to see how that ended up.
I feel
and
like
to
I-
see everything that Danny did.
yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
Because literally after seeing the first episode, I was like, okay, what did he do so bad that he made his brother do that?
right.
So I was like, okay, there's something mysterious with this dude, and then throughout the entire season, you're like, something's gonna happen. Either somebody's gonna flip out, or the brother that lived in the boat.
And what really keeps you going is be like, wow, I can't believe he just did that.
Yeah,
did he
that-
really just confront his sister and be like, if you dare not help me get part of this company, I will ruin your marriage.
But
I was
okay.
like, yes.
Well,
But I would-
the problem with the first episode on that one is I felt like a roller coaster that just kept going up and up and up and up and up, and instead of that drop, it just kind of leveled out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I felt too.
Well, that's like okay, like Daredevil.
I mean, I can understand that.
Daredevil. I was all about like I watched episode after episode after episode after episode. Bloodline. Watch an episode. Watch another episode. I had something to do. Watch something else on Netflix. Had another. Tried to watch another episode. It didn't capture.
It didn't hold you,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's how I was too.
Speaking of just random, real quick on the wrestling thing, there are 1,100 episodes of WWE Raw.
Wow.
22.
Hey, I'm
And
not
it hasn't
gonna
gotten
lie,
canceled
dude.
yet.
Well, see, and that's the thing.
See, like-
WWE Raw. Remember back when it was WWF?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I never grew up
Yeah.
watching that.
See,
I
like,
did, man.
I
Here's
have,
the cartoons.
I have absolutely
Yeah.
no problem admitting that I used to be a wrestling
Oh, I
fan
was
because
too.
my dad used to sit there and he had one of those like
Wrestling
little.
buddies.
He had one of those like black cable boxes
Remember
where we get
Sergeant
all the
Slaughter?
pay-per-views for
Oh,
figuring,
yeah.
and me and him would just sit there be going back and forth between WCW
Yeah.
and
Those
WWE
were the
doing
two.
the Monday Night War, and that's a great documentary by the way if no one's ever seen it. But
Documentary.
it was awesome. I remember watching the
Yeah.
episode where Hulk Hogan on WCW showed up and he went evil and created NWO. You
Yep.
want to talk about adult
remember that.
men crying, throwing trash at him, trying to punch him in the face
Yeah.
This
because
guy.
they ruined his life.
It was this guy.
Here's this guy.
This
He-
guy right here.
no,
was
I
doing
just
that.
remember-
Hey, Chris, you know it's fake, right?
Yeah, I know it was
No,
fake.
we know you're the one.
I was a
You're the one
kid. I
that's-
was like 7.
It's okay. It's okay. I
But,
cried.
like-
I cried when I watched the Iron Giant the first time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I cried
like,
when
that
Optimus
was a big
Prime
moment.
died.
I cried when I
Superman.
was
That
Prime.
one. That one word. Superman
Inconsolable.
gets me every time, man.
I was just-
Iron Giant.
Inconsolable when Optimus Prime
I'm just saying,
died.
like, there was adult people just crying. There was like a riot right there where it happened. I'm just
watched
saying,
wrestling to
WWE
watch
in
Sable.
back in the day, in
Oh.
the 90s, was a big part of television.
Yeah, it was.
All right, so let's go. We're gonna go around. Cody, we're gonna start with you. Your ultimate. If you suggest one series or one show you suggested to everybody to watch.
Wow, this is a real heavy question, man.
For anybody listening to us, if they're like, okay, these guys have a lot of good points, what's the one you're like, hey, you really need to watch that?
I know this is like
Hmm.
I don't know what's the term, beaten horse or whatever.
Beating a dead horse.
Beating the dead horse, because this has been talked about a lot, and I know there's a ton of hype, and we've touched on it a little bit. But honestly, one of the greatest series ever written, most brilliantly written thing I've seen is Breaking Bad, and I'm gonna go there.
All right, Chris.
Even though Chuck is my favorite show of all time, if I had to recommend a show when it comes to story, everything like that, Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my God, that's another. Just let me touch on that again.
It's so
That's
long.
the best sci-fi series.
It's
to
so
me.
long, though. You have to
I-
put the time in to watch it. 'Cause the first 4 episodes are like an hour and a half apiece.
I loved that show,
But
minus the finale.
Oh, come on, man!
chicken nugget soda.
Go ahead, Randall.
right,
I'll
Randall.
get back to it. I'll get back to it. We will get back to this.
Randall.
Mine's The Walking Dead. I mean, I'm stuck on it.
Yes.
I crave it every Sunday.
Still.
You
Crave it.
Kevin?
I crave the dead meat.
It's like a hunger. It's like a hunger from February to
Yeah, I mean,
October.
plus
But the
Michonne was
fetish,
pretty
man.
hot for that.
He wants a leg.
Hannibal.
Oh,
Man, takes me in Hannibal.
For a killer.
Yeah,
I have not watched
Yeah,
it.
dude. I mean, you put me on the spot. Like literally, there's so many good ones out there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's the reason I was over here grunting like, I don't know which one to say.
I thought he was trying to take a poo.
I mean, I'm literally. You're gonna have to come back to me.
Okay,
because-
well, Santy.
Well, I'm gonna have to go the anime route because I don't watch a lot of normal television. Everyone should watch Cowboy Bebop. Period. End of
Oh
story.
yeah,
I have watched
dude.
that. I have
That's
watched
like the first
I have it on my
anime like
computer,
I
actually.
recommend to.
I feel like I should give like a TV show and an anime.
You can. That's
We
fine.
can do that. We
You
can
can.
do that. I'll come back to me.
I mean,
I'll throw that
Bebop
out
didn't
there.
have to be animated. It didn't have to come from Japan. It could have been live action, been just as good.
Bebop could definitely be made live action now.
Oh,
if we could do
yeah, man.
Avengers, we could do Bebop.
But everyone need, whether you like,
Need more
I mean, I know a lot of people think, and a lot of people listening are probably like cartoons are for kids. Wrong.
This is not a
It
kid.
is anime.
No, and that's one thing we'll talk about because we all have we've all tried to watch Death Note or are trying to watch Death Note. It's an anime, and we will have an anime episode. So whoever's listening, just definitely be ready for that. So
Talk about that all day.
Yeah, to me,
just write
man,
your-
like I said before, Death Note to me is like the Breaking Bad of anime.
But
Like
this is
as
what I
far
want
as
to do,
like how
Cody.
brilliantly written it is.
I want them to write their name and post a picture of themselves
Yeah.
in the comment below.
No, don't do that. Don't do it. It's a trap.
But I can.
Oh, yeah,
I can
but
sit
also-
and watch Bebop over and over.
Yeah.
It's often.
Me too. I
running
got
for
it on.
background.
Actually, it's on my hard drive. Did you see it?
No, I didn't look
Matt?
at your stuff.
Oh, but also I just want to say about Breaking Bad. I would highly recommend it to anybody, but it's not necessarily my favorite show I've ever seen. It's just the way it's written.
yeah, we're not saying
The
favorite,
structure and
but
the way,
you've
and the way it ends, like they just end it perfect. I just thought it was great.
All right, Matt. One that you would recommend for people to watch that.
Oh yeah.
There are so many that I would recommend. I wish I could recommend Alphas if it hadn't been canceled.
Yeah.
By far one of the best shows I've seen. But if I had to pick one thing, being the tech geek that I am, and seeing like the future of the way things could be, I have to throw out Black Mirror.
Black Mirror's great.
Yeah.
I have to.
It's
I have
great,
to.
man.
I'm telling you, if you have seen an episode and it didn't grab you, you saw the wrong episode.
Yeah. There's a lot. Like I feel like there's like a lot of like messages.
I think you guys
in
told
it.
me to.
Like it says a lot about like our society.
And it says
and stuff.
if you really pay attention to it, you can see the progression of the way we live now and the way we're stuck in our fictional Facebook lives and of how that would move forward. Like especially, well, I won't even get into specific episodes, but it's very easy to see where the Twilight freaked people out in, what was it, the 70s, 80s, or freaking before that. Where the Twilight Zone used to freak people out from space travel and time travel and whatever else. This is like realistic things that computers and technology can do in the next 10 years.
Man, I will say this: the Twilight movie. I don't want them to remake that. I thought the Twilight movie was actually. I know, right?
Well, hell, why don't we talk about Tales from the Crypt movie?
No,
I think they should redo that one.
I just had to put in the little 2 cents, but
Want
I'm
to do
gonna
it
go.
on Viro while we're at it?
No, I'm gonna go. Yeah,
With some wine, man.
I'm gonna go with my episode. I'm gonna have to say, you know what? Minus the finale. The finale really did piss me off. But Mad Men, I think overall, it was an awesome series. I mean, like I said, if you're gonna bet on the finale being the series finale being good, you can skip that. That series finale was horrible, but the season overall was great. So Kevin,
I've actually thought of two. Series on, I think it was Fox. I really enjoyed Fringe. The way seeing.
I did too.
Seeing what's his face. What the hell?
From Dawson's Creek.
No, man, Mighty Ducks. Me playing.
Oh,
Okay,
right, right.
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah,
Joshua
Joshua
Jackson.
Jackson. Seeing him as Charlie and an actual TV show that I liked, and what's her face? She's Australian. She's blonde hair in that.
hold
The
on,
main character?
Yeah, the main character. She's
I think it's
awesome.
Anna something.
No.
I forgot.
I think the guy you're
Hold
talking
on, give me
about.
just a second. I'm gonna
Not
find
the
I
out.
think the
Anna
guy you're
Torv?
talking about.
Anna
though-
Anna Torv.
Yeah.
Oh,
Torv.
she's
She is
smoking
super
hot.
smoking hot. I recommend that one. And the anime, Gundam Wing. I mean, y'all.
Yeah.
The first one. The
There's
first
a collective.
The first one. The very
No,
first.
Gundam Wing was awesome,
the
man.
very first Gundam Wing was one of the best.
Gundam Wing
The
and
only
Endless
Gundam-
Waltz, those two.
The
Okay.
only Gundam I liked with was 8th MS Team.
G Gundam, I like G Gundam.
I didn't
For
like
me, it
8th
was the
MS
very
Team
first.
because I felt like the Gundams had no personality.
Well, see,
And I say that in the sense that these were these guys' custom Gundams.
That's why I like G Gundam so
well,
much.
the
Yeah.
thing with me with Gundam, and I'm sure you've noticed over the years, I like my anime a little more
Realistic.
rooted and realistic, and it was just too far out there for me.
But, okay.
Whatever was on Adult Swim. I forget. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
that
was Gundam Wing and Endless
yes,
Waltz.
the very
Endless
first.
Waltz.
And see,
Yeah,
that's
Waltz was
so
amazing.
far,
Yeah.
like before hanging out with you guys, that's been my extent of anime. It's pretty much Adult Swim, Inuyasha, stuff like that. That's about as far as I got into it.
And that's
now,
the super popular stuff, but there's so much better stuff out there.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like those
so-
do not define anime.
Well, it's like when you go on
Wildfire.
Netflix now, you'll see Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
The
I
better
personally,
version of it.
I'm talking since the first one I saw was the original series before they redid it into the Brotherhood. I absolutely loved the original series. It was one of the most emotionally drawn in series that I'd ever seen as far as anime goes, because it really made you care about the characters, and all the way to the end when he basically, and not to ruin anything, but there's a sacrifice at the end, and it makes it hits you, and the way that a series makes you feel, right? I might have cried. Shut your mouth.
I cried at the end of Bebop. I'm not ashamed.
Oh man, me
I
too.
was
that
like-
was such a good ending, man.
Again, and like I said, I'm not an anime person, but you guys did mention Death Note, and like I said, we'll talk about this on a different show.
Yeah.
But Death Note, my only, if it was, I don't like having to read stuff.
You can find it in English.
I'm lazy.
It's in
Yeah,
English
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix.
On
it's
Netflix,
in
not for
English.
this, no.
Yeah, you
You have
gotta
to
go to
change the
audio
subtitles.
options.
You got to change it.
Somebody said it.
Because I was sitting there
Did you say
reading
you watched
everything
Attack
the
on
whole
Titan?
time.
Yeah, bro,
What?
put that in English.
You watch
yeah.
what in English?
Did somebody say they watched Attack on Titan on English?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
It
Oh,
on
wait,
Netflix.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, it's in Japanese,
Yeah, it
won't
but
let
you
you change
can
it.
you can download the English
From the
version.
Google
Okay.
Play
They're
Store.
out there.
Google Play
Yeah.
Store.
And to me, since we're talking about anime and we got into the language, I know a lot of people prefer Japanese over English, but to me, the English dub of Attack on Titan is
It's-
actually
yes.
one of those that's better than
It
the
really
Japanese.
depends on the series. I've seen
Yeah.
It
horrible
depends.
dubs, and
Yeah, I have to. Like,
got
not
Bebop.
like Naruto,
Oh.
the Japanese is better.
It really
Bleach,
is.
Japanese is
Shippuden
better.
is
Yeah.
so much better
Well,
in
now
Japanese.
let's because we have
I
a
don't
friend.
have time for Naruto.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't have time for 400 episodes.
it'd be hard to like catch up if you've never watched it.
And like I said, what we're gonna do, we're gonna hold off on that because we do have a friend of ours, Q. He'll be joining the show at one point, and I'm pretty sure that this conversation will be something he does
Yeah.
not want to miss out on.
Yeah.
So Q, if you're listening, buddy, we got you. We're gonna do an episode, pretty much probably gonna be all anime with you,
And we got cookies.
and we have
I will make
We
more.
almost-
Yeah,
we have almost no
Yeah.
more
cookies.
I will make more cookies for Q.
All right, so let's go back. I'm gonna actually ask another question because so far it's been going pretty good. Movie that you would suggest somebody to watch?
Yikes.
And hold on, let's go with action movie.
Oh, action.
Yeah, let's keep it specific to a certain genre.
Just look, this wouldn't necessarily be what I would recommend like at any given time. Well, not any given time, but overall,
Mhm.
like of all time. But right now, since it's kind of fresh in my head, and I feel like you've talked about it recently, John Wick. I think that's an
I was actually-
awesome
Right, you
movie.
stole half of these.
You stole everybody's.
Yeah, it's an awesome like
Yeah,
action
very
movie to get into. I don't think it's really giving much away, but the whole thing is about like his dog in his car.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
Yeah,
don't-
let's not. Yeah,
You don't
I'm not-
expect what happens.
Yeah, you
At
don't
all.
expect what happens to happen, but it's pretty amazing. Keanu Reeves is a badass in that movie.
Yeah.
Kills it.
Chris.
Go ahead. I gotta look mine up real quick.
You like to see it, maybe.
So you're gonna cheat?
No,
I'm
'cause
more
I don't
into
remember what the
comedy,
movies
I think.
had. I just know who's
I'm
in
going to
it.
go back into the 80s. Blade Runner.
Tom Cruise.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
You know what?
Blade Runner was
You
a
a
good.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner was a good movie. That was back in the Harrison Ford
Didn't
days.
really.
It was.
I tried watching
It was
it.
a good show.
You really have to sit down and watch that at home and like really be just engulfed by
Is
it.
that one that they could remake and make better?
No.
No.
They would have to make a sequel.
I would almost boycott a remake of Blade
You
Runner.
couldn't.
Is it
redo that
because
one.
it wouldn't be Harrison Ford, or is it because that?
It would be too crisp and new now.
One of the things that made that movie great
They would overdo
was its film noir style. It was rough. It
Right.
looked cheap
Yeah.
in a way. It's
It looked the way we saw the future in the 80s, and that's the way it needed to be.
and you can't make a movie like that again the same way. You would destroy its image just by making it.
Okay.
That's kind of like Die Hard. Like, the new Die Hard was nowhere close to anything of the previous ones because it was all
Yeah, the
new
one with
and
the
they kind of
sun?
overdid it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
wasn't-
almost like they
overdid.
wanted to up the ante
Yeah.
every single scene, and it was
Yeah.
just too
Well,
much.
is it? I mean, that's like when the first Fast and Furious came out, enjoyed it. By the sixth one, they're jumping off cars on the tanks and stuff like that. Like,
Right, like the most recent one with the.
I haven't seen the most recent one now.
Right.
I'm not going to ruin anything by saying specifics, but I'm saying
I mean,
every
you could.
single
I
action
wouldn't
scene,
care.
if
I
it
wouldn't either.
if it could possibly be bigger, they made it bigger, and it just feels that way. And it's an awesome entertainment movie.
R.I.P. Paul Walker.
But it is in no way realistic.
Oh
In
no! Did you? And we're
any
talking
way.
about FF7, right?
Yeah,
Did you?
You had to be
Any of you
that
guys?
You had to be that guy.
the cartoon.
FF7.
Yeah, the cartoon
you
where it's
got-
like if the stunts were
If the
realistic.
stunts were realistic.
I recommend everybody who has seen Fast and Furious 7 to look up the cartoon on YouTube if the stunts in Fast and Furious 7 were realistic. Hilarious.
It's because it's spot on.
All right,
Yeah,
Stacey,
spot on.
what's going to be your action movie you would suggest?
People will probably argue it's action. You're going to yell at me for mentioning it again. The first Star Wars movie.
I mean, I don't think anybody can hate on
Yeah.
that.
Episode 4, not 1.
The original first.
A
Matt?
New Hope.
Yes.
The first Matrix.
Epic movie. I watched that whole trilogy
That's
3 weeks ago.
a damn
man.
good one, man.
When that first came out, like I was just like in awe in the theater.
That was the very first movie that I remember going to the theater and literally seeing it 3-4 times.
Yeah, it was like
My
to
dad
me
witnessed
the first Matrix was like the first of its kind.
It was so
Like, it
mind blowing
broke
that
the
everything
mold.
has tried
Yeah.
to be the Matrix since.
All right, Randall, did you come up with one?
I'll just say Kingsman.
Kingsman.
That's good.
Sweet.
That's a good
Good.
movie.
Good.
The unedited one.
Dang,
Right.
The
I wasn't
unedited
even
one.
thinking about that, man. But that's
It was a game.
no, I have not.
The first Matrix was a game changer. Everybody gives it shit because the second one and the third one kind of jumped the shark,
Yeah.
and it affected the trilogy because they attached it.
Yeah,
But if you just separate all that in your mind and
it
and
made
just
you rethink.
Yeah,
things.
like honestly, yeah, because the
Right.
first Matrix
Just makes
could
me
have
have
just
to get back
been
to
its own
Battlestar at some
standalone
point.
movie.
Right.
Like they
Should've
didn't even
been.
have to make
who
sequels to that.
didn't leave the Matrix and think,
Am I?
am I
Yeah.
actually
Like, did I
here?
like blue pill, red pill? Or something? All right, Chris, did you come up with yours? Did you find yours?
Yes, 2 of them actually. Mainly because they both have that same similar style where the person's just like, all right, I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. If you want to go this route, we can. But I'm warning you. Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise,
Mhm.
and Man on Fire.
Man
So
on
watch
Fire.
Man on
Alright.
Fire.
The part
Yeah.
where he's in the truck warning the dude, like, look, man,
I've tried to
you
get
don't want to
better.
do this.
I've tried to get better about this. Matt's always yelling at me about it. I couldn't get past the fact that they cast Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher because part of Jack Reacher in the books is he's a big guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like really
right.
tall. Right?
True, but overall,
Is
he
there
still,
one
he
with
still did it.
Tom- was
Like, if
Tom
you haven't
Cruise
read the
like 5'4"?
books.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
like 5 foot.
Like, yeah, I mean, I can
He's a
understand.
badass action star, though, man.
He
I
is,
think
but
so. Like the Mission Impossible.
He wasn't the right person for that movie.
I understand your argument. And,
If you,
and
yeah,
while
if
I,
you,
re-
if
while
you
I
read the
respect
books,
what you're saying,
if you have not and you just went and saw the film,
I don't
you
give
know
a
you
shit
enjoyed
about
it.
the book.
I know you
I
don't.
enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
All right.
Because I never read the book.
Yeah, me either.
Well,
Okay, personally, I feel like I could spend a whole hour podcast on bitching about people that are complaining about movies
Versus
books
Yeah.
versus TV shows.
Jesse Eisenberg,
I've
Lex
tried.
Luthor.
I've
Oh,
tried.
let's not get into that.
All right, no.
Get better about it.
We are gonna. That is actually a topic, everyone, that we are gonna have for another show. But I'm gonna finish it up. I've got 2 as well. I might get made fun of for this, but 300.
That's a
It
great
was a
film.
good first one.
The
was
first
good.
Why
one,
would you get made fun of?
I remember
twice.
watching the trailer whenever it first came out and said, "Oh yeah, I'll be at the movie theater for that one. I don't care how packed it is, whatever." And I think I sat in the very front row, looking straight up at it, and just be like, "Oh shit! Oh, he threw his spear at him! Oh!" Like I was that person in the character. And everybody was like, "Shut up!" But I was like, "Oh, yeah, exactly." Well, when went slow motion to regular to slow and stuff like that.
Did you instantly go home and you're like, I'm going to start working out right now. I'm going to look like Leonidas tonight.
Man. I was just waiting for somebody. I was waiting for somebody so I could just front kick him for no reason and
Dude,
just yell at him.
I feel like that's where CrossFit came from.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead, throw yours out.
Okay, I just want to throw one more thing in. Since you talked about 300, it made me think about Zack Snyder in slow motion. I really love The Watchmen. I think that's like epic movie. Santa, you look like you got something.
It was a good movie.
It was good.
Versus the novel.
If I hear one more person talk about that, I'm
No, I could actually.
But the book.
I could actually.
Or Wartag Iron. A lot of people.
I could actually separate that from the book or from the graphic novel.
And that'll be something that we will talk about.
It just didn't. It didn't hold me. It's a great movie. It just.
I
didn't.
loved it first time because I never read the novel.
I think I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just like
the chick
I
that
just
got
thought it
naked.
had an
I wanted a little
amazing
more of that
story,
scene.
man, and so much of it was just awesome.
Something to add about wanting to work out after a movie that's an action film, Rocky 2. Great movie.
I don't know that I wanted to work out when I
wanted to
when I was like
better
5 years
myself.
old and started
Hey, you want to better yourself every time you saw a montage? You're just like,
montage.
Sorry.
No, Cody, I wanted The Watchmen to be kick-ass. I just wanted that little bit extra.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
And
So your second movie.
yeah, my second one, and then
thing.
we're gonna wrap this up here. My second one, I actually just saw it, The Equalizer, which from what Chris said, it's kind of like Man on Fire. It's Denzel, and he's just one of those people. Like, it's so his action is so methodical. Like, it's so smooth that it makes it look badass. Like, like it's not. He doesn't have to do anything extreme, but what he does do, it's just like. Ooh, like I don't want to mess with that dude at all. So.
I love any one-man SWAT team movie.
Yeah,
that's like where
as long as it's not too out there. It's got to be it's got to be controlled. I think it would be the best way. To
One
do it.
movie I actually enjoyed with Denzel Washington that had the guy who played Captain Kirk in Star Trek. The one where he has to watch Denzel Washington's character.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Chris,
I can't remember the movie.
Safe House or whatever?
Yeah, Safe House.
No, that was Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Anyways, that movie was great. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Safe House was good.
Well, all right, guys.
It looks like you had something to say, Matt.
Shooter. You were talking about one man.
Oh, Shooter was Mark Wahlberg.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Matt's on the ball
Yeah,
today.
that's good.
All right.
Have
Well,
you seen how many movies I own?
so that's just that's our opinions, everybody. Again, we want to thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all enjoyed. Just keep a heads up. Again, follow us on Twitter at Bush League Geek. Email us any questions. Post on our Facebook. If you guys have any suggestions for topics or anything we talked about, comments on that, feel free to let us know. And email us too. We'll put you out there. It's bushleaguegeek@gmail.com. If you have any questions or anything, email us and we'll answer them on there.